When you're in your 20s, the single most important thing you can spend money on is skills, not clothes, not gadgets, not a lifestyle you haven't earned yet, skills, because skills are the only purchase that appreciate in value. Everything else you buy will eventually break, fade, or go out of style, but the right skills will pay you for the rest of your life. The truth is simple. Most people spend their 20s trying to look successful. They buy the newest phone, the nicest outfit, the trendiest accessories, but none of those things increase their earning potential. All they do is drain their bank account while giving them nothing in return. A skill, on the other hand, is an income machine. You buy it once, and you can monetize it forever. Think about skills like weapons. Every skill you acquire becomes another tool you can use to make money. Sales, for example, is a skill that can turn a complete beginner into a high earner in less than a year. Learning how to talk to people, close clients, or pitch your services is a skill that immediately translates into more income. Copywriting is another example. One good copywriter can make thousands of dollars a month just by knowing how to write words that sell. Editing, media buying, running ads, email marketing. These are all skills that businesses pay a lot of money for because they directly generate results. You don't have to buy Harvard courses or overpriced degrees. In today's world, you can learn almost any valuable skill from online programs, mentorships, books, or even YouTube if you're willing to put in the work. But here's the difference between people who win and people who stay broke. Winners treat skills like investments. They don't view a $500 course as a cost. They view it as a gateway to earning $500 a month. Broke people see the price, rich people see the return, and the craziest part, once you learn one high-income skill, it becomes easier to learn more. Skills stack. A good editor who learns copywriting becomes more valuable. A copywriter who learns sales becomes unstoppable. A salesperson who learns marketing becomes a business owner. It compounds. The moment you start buying skills instead of stuff, everything in your life shifts. You stop chasing temporary dopamine and start building long-term capability. You stop trying to impress others and start creating a future you can be proud of. Skills are the foundation of freedom, and if you build them in your 20s, you'll never have to worry about money again. Buying your time back in your 20s is one of the smartest financial moves you can make, yet almost no one talks about it. Everyone emphasizes hustling harder, grinding longer, sacrificing sleep, doing everything yourself. But that mindset keeps people trapped at the bottom. The people who get ahead early aren't the ones who work the most hours. They're the ones who use their money to reclaim their time so they can focus on the things that actually move them forward. Time is the real currency. Money is just a tool to control it. Most people in their 20s are in a constant cycle of doing low-value tasks. They spend hours commuting, cleaning, organizing, editing, planning, and juggling responsibilities that someone else could do better and faster. They think they're saving money by doing everything themselves, but they're really losing money because those tasks steal time away from learning, building skills, or growing a business. Every hour spent doing something that doesn't grow your income is an hour where your future potential shrinks. If you want to become rich young, you have to break out of that mindset. Buying your time back doesn't require being wealthy, it requires being intentional. For example, instead of spending weeks trying to design your own logo, you can pay someone on Fiverr to do it in a day. Instead of editing your own videos for 6 hours, you can hire a beginner editor who will do it in 2. Instead of cleaning your apartment every weekend, you can pay someone a small fee each month and use that time to work on your business. Instead of trying to handle every tiny detail, you can start delegating the moment you can afford to. That's what buying time looks like, not luxury, not laziness, strategic prioritization. Think about it this way. If you earn even $20 an hour with your skill, and you spend 5 hours doing a task you could pay someone $30 to handle, you didn't save money, you lost $70 of potential earnings. Most people never calculate the opportunity cost of their time. The rich constantly do. They understand that the point of making money isn't just to have money, it's to reclaim control of your hours so you can use them on your highest value activities. Tasks aren't equal. There are tasks worth $5 an hour, $50 an hour, and $500 an hour. If you're doing the $5 tasks, you will stay at the $5 level. The moment you start saying, "My time is too valuable for this," your income starts to rise. Not because of ego, but because of focus. You start choosing to spend your hours on things that generate impact. Learning new skills, taking sales calls, building your business systems, creating content, reaching out to clients, improving your fitness, and expanding your network. These activities multiply your future. Everything else just keeps you stagnant. Another way to buy your time back is by investing in systems and tools, software that automates your scheduling, your emails, your invoicing, your editing, your client communication. These are force multipliers. They remove repetitive manual labor from your life and give you more hours to think, strategize, and execute. When you have systems working in the background, you move faster than 99% of people who still do everything manually. Speed is wealth. The more time you save, the more cycles of action you can complete, and every cycle compounds. Even simple things like buying faster equipment matter. A slow laptop wastes minutes every day. That becomes hours every week and days every year. A faster internet connection gives you smoother workflow, a better phone, a better camera, a better workspace. All of these are investments in time. When your tools work efficiently, you work efficiently. Buying your time back also means saying no more often. You have to protect your time from people who drain it, from distractions that steal it, and from habits that waste it. Not every social plan deserves your weekend. Not every show deserves your evening. Not every task deserves your attention. Time is your most limited resource, and you must treat it like something sacred. If you master this in your 20s, your life will look unrecognizable in your 30s. While everyone else is burning out doing everything themselves, you'll be operating like a leverage machine, focused, intentional, and free. Buying your time back isn't a luxury reserved for the rich. It's the decision that makes you rich. One of the most underrated yet life-changing investments you can make in your 20s is buying healthy habits and a strong environment. People obsess over business tricks, shortcuts, new opportunities, and hacks, but they underestimate how much their health and surroundings determine their long-term success. The truth is simple. The quality of your habits and your environment will either push you toward wealth or quietly destroy your potential. You can be ambitious, talented, and full of ideas, but if your lifestyle and circle drag you down, you'll never break through. Your habits are the foundation of everything. They dictate your energy, your mental clarity, your discipline, and even your confidence. When you're in your 20s, it's tempting to think your body can handle anything. Junk food, no sleep, late nights, constant stress. But that lifestyle catches up quicker than you think, and it robs you of the sharpness and stamina you need to build wealth. Buying healthy habits means spending money on things that elevate your physical and mental state. A gym membership isn't a luxury, it's an investment in focus and longevity. High-quality food isn't an expense, it's fuel that determines how well you perform. Supplements, therapy, books on mental resilience. These are purchases that fortify your internal world. Your habits compound whether you like it or not. Eat clean for a year, and you feel like a different human. Wake up early for 90 days, and you start to feel unstoppable. Train consistently, and your discipline expands into every other area of your life. Good habits build momentum, and momentum builds wealth. This is why investing in routines is essential. Pay for a meal prep service if it keeps you consistent. Pay for a fitness coach if it keeps you accountable. Pay for a quiet workspace if it keeps you productive. These are not costs. They are commitments to the strongest version of you. But habits alone aren't enough. You also need an environment that supports your goals. Most people underestimate how powerful their surroundings are. You can have the best intentions in the world, but if the people around you are lazy, negative, or unambitious, their energy seeps into your life. Humans adapt to the room they're in. If you're surrounded by people who complain, gossip, and avoid responsibility, that will become your default mindset. But if you're surrounded by people who push limits, think big, and take action, you naturally rise to their level. Buying a strong environment might mean spending money to join a better gym, a co-working space, a mentorship group, or a mastermind. It might mean paying for flights to attend events where ambitious people gather. It might even mean spending extra to live in a cleaner, quieter, more inspiring place, because your home environment affects your mind more than you realize. A cluttered, chaotic space leads to a cluttered, chaotic mind. A clean, organized environment creates clarity and focus. You become what you repeatedly see. If you see people working hard, improving themselves, and discussing goals, you'll start doing the same without even thinking. If you see people wasting time, avoiding growth, or living for the weekend, you'll unconsciously follow that pattern. Environment beats willpower. The right environment makes success feel natural, the wrong one makes it feel impossible. Investing in healthy habits and a powerful environment is about setting up a life that pushes you forward even on your worst days. It's about turning discipline into your default and growth into your identity. When your mind and body operate at a high level and the people around you inspire greatness, your success becomes inevitable. In your 20s, this is one of the best investments you can make because it shapes the person you become. And ultimately, it's the person you become that determines how far you go.